Hey, shalom to the hopeful elect. First and foremost, I'd like to give all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakudash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders at Great Millstone who teach the truth and rule well. This is the brother Yatab Yahweh Allah coming back from the GMS SF Bay Area camp. And I got a quick lesson today. All right, Lord's will is edifying. But just going at the prophecy. All right, I got a couple headlines I want to bring out. Just showing that we're really in the time of prophecy, and specifically the end time prophecies. All right, you see what's going on the earth. You see, people being exposed. You see judgment going out. All right, and you see World War III getting ready to pop off. You see the MOTB getting ready to be implemented. So we're truly at the end of this thing. All right, and this is what we look forward to. Okay. Now, real quick, actually, let me jump over here real quick. And we bring this out all the time, but hey, this is where we're at. All right, Revelation 19 and verse 10. It says, "And I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, See thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahweh Shai." Now, this was, the Apostle John fell at the angel's feet, to worship him. And the angel was saying what? It says, basically, don't do it. It says, I'm your fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahweh Shai, the same testimony of Yahweh Shai, which is what? Worship the Most High, for the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. All right, now this is what it's about. This is the whole, if you believe in the Messiah, you believe in the what the Bible is saying. All right, what are you going to look at? You're going to look for prophecy. You're going to see what's going on. All right, because what does prophecy tell us? Well, the word prophecy just literally means to say before, and the Lord has said things before in the old times that were going to happen. Now there's prophecies that's happened. All right, there's prophecies that's happening right now, and there's prophecies that are going to happen. And the Lord gives the faith, all right, and the ability to understand these things to his prophets, to his men of the Lord, to be able to see these things, all right, and measure the times. You see brothers do lessons that you go into geopolitics, or you go into economics, or you go into different so-called natural disasters, or I got a couple articles going into the blood moons and the eclipses. All these are signs, all right, to see where we're at. All right, all these show, okay, the timeline, if you will, of what's going on. Okay, now again, the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy, and this is the spirit we're supposed to be in. Okay, now in Habakkuk, what does it tell us? It's Habakkuk 2:1. It says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. The Lord has watchmen set up on that spiritual watchtower, all right? Seeing, measuring the times and seeing what's going on, and filtering it through the scriptures and pushing it out, on whether it's the highways or byways or these lessons on YouTube, and, getting the elect ready and warning them to see what's going on. All right. It says, and the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. And the vision is these prophecies. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak. So every prophecy has its appointed time to come to pass. All right. But it says what? At the end it shall speak. What does that mean? It means it's going to become manifest. All right. It's going to be speaking. It says, and though it says, in the end it shall speak and not lie, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. Yahweh Shai is not a man that he shall lie. So when he says things are going to happen, they're going to happen. All right, it's just a matter of when. But the Lord gives us clues. All right, certain prophecies will speak. For example, if you go into World War III, all right, and what are you going to see happening? Well, countries, gearing up for war. You're going to see tariffs going on, little economic, tariffs as they call it, little skirmishes, proxy wars, okay, and then ultimately it's gonna fully end up in a large scale world war. All right, the MOTB. What are you gonna see? Well, you're gonna see the system being put into place. All right, you're gonna see economics, going digital. You're gonna see, different places and stores setting up, again, different infrastructures to be able to scan hands, scan foreheads. You're gonna see different articles going into the health related to CHIPs, neural, all these things you're gonna be seeing. And again, you're gonna have the men of the Lord measuring these things and giving them to the sheep. All right, but this is how we know that they're speaking, because again, we can see all these things, measure the times, and filter them through the scriptures. All right, so we know that we're close. Now let me jump over here. 2 Ezra 9:1. It says, "He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently." And this is, this is a commandment. This is what we're to do. Being set up as watchmen from the apostles and elders on down. What do? We measure the time. All right. We look into these things. We look into the news. All right, and we do it diligently. Again, Apostle Tahar says, you miss a day, you miss a lot. There's a lot of things going on all throughout the world in every little facet of society, all right, so to speak. Again, in the economics, there's, a lot of things going on. Geopolitics, there's a lot of things going on, internationally, nationally, all right. Technology, all right. All these things, you're seeing that prophecy is speaking, okay, and you have to measure these things diligently. It says in itself, "And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand it is the very same time when the highest will begin to visit the world which he made." And this is the times we're understanding. All right, this is how we know we're at the end, because again, the apostles and elders on down, the men of the Lord, have been given this gift of faith, this ability to measure these times, to break them down, to make them plain upon tables, all right, and to understand where we're at in the timeline. Okay? Now we understand that the Lord is working. All right? Yeah, you're seeing judgment going out. You're seeing everything speak that the Lord said would happen at the end. It says, "Therefore, even when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of these things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning." All right, now real quick, I wanted to grab this one. It says, "Dozens of earthquakes noted around San Andreas in past 7 days." All right, so it says there have been around 27 2.5 magnitude or greater earthquakes along or near the San Andreas Fault in California within the last 7 days, data from the U.S. Geological Survey shows. So that's just right here in California. All right, now the California, they always say, is due for the big one, which Lord's will. Hey, this big one's going to hit and rock this place. All right. But you can see all over California. This is just in California. Now, they have a lot of different apps that you can go on to see all the different earthquakes that are done around the world. Now, this is this prophecy speaking. All right. Again, what did it say? It said, "Therefore, when thou shalt be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning." So the Lord has given us the understanding that these are prophecies. All right. Uproars of the people going into protests. All right. And you're going to see a lot more of those. All right. People protesting their governments. All right. Protesting the conditions they're in. Protesting the globalist agendas. All right. So what does that show us? That this is the end. Verse 5, "For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest." Same thing we read in Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter. What did it say? At the end they shall speak. All right. At the end is what? Is manifest. It's being made clear. All right. If you can receive it, it's being made clear that these prophecies are speaking, showing us that we're super close to the end. All right. "Even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and powerful works. and endings in effects and signs. And again, we're seeing these signs. All right? We're seeing the signs given by Yahweh Bashim Yahushai to show us where we're at in the timeline. All right? Real quick, Sirach 39:1, it says, "But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High," all right, you're into these scriptures, and is occupied in the meditation thereof. You're constantly thinking about it. You're constantly going over it. What does it say? We'll seek out the wisdom of all the ancient. This is, one of the main things we get into is the wisdom. All right, the application of knowledge. Okay. Hey, Isaiah 33:6, knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of thy times. These are the times we're coming into. It says, and be occupied in prophecy. So you're going to be constantly occupied in prophecies. All right, let's just see what it says for occupied. This is Copilot answer. It says, the word occupied can mean, Cambridge University. It says busy doing something or thinking about something. Hey, we're busy, and again, measuring the times and thinking about these things. Okay, because, hey, this is the testimony of Yahweh Shai. All right, it says filled with or run by people, especially an army, who have moved in and taken control of possession. That's a different type of occupation. Hey, that's what Esau does. All right, but yeah, it's occupied is what, thinking and constantly doing and thinking something. All right. So again, it says, but he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High and is occupied in the meditation thereof will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecies, which goes to show you the true men of the Lord. All right, because the true men of the Lord go into what? Prophecy. All these fake Christians, all these anti-Christians who say they believe in the Bible, who call themselves, authorities of the Bible. Well, if they're not going into prophecy, then they don't know what they're talking about. They're false leaders, all right, false prophets, okay? Because really the true prophets are breaking down these prophecies and letting you know what's exactly going on. And yes, hey, they're doom and gloom, all right? The scriptures talk about the doom and the gloom, Jacob's trouble, all right? The ending of this kingdom. That's doom and gloom, all right? Now it says, all right, Salaki. Let me read this again. 2nd Ezra 9:6. It says, even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings in wonders and powerful works and endings in effects and signs. And yeah, this is what we're seeing. All right, we're seeing these effects. We're seeing these signs. All right, the Lord is showing us that he is working. Okay, now let me jump over here in Luke 21 and... Let me start at, I'm going to jump around a little bit. Verse 11, it goes into, verse 7, I'll jump down. It says, and they asked him, saying, Master, but when shall these things be? And what sign will there be when these things shall come to pass? And he said, take heed that you be not deceived. So the disciples are asking him, the signs that when he's going to make his return. All right. It says, take heed that you be not deceived. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am a Mashiach, or I am anointed, and the time draweth near. Go ye not therefore after them. But when you shall hear of wars and commotions, be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass, but the end is not by and by. And again, we're in these times. All right, these wars and rumors of war. But let me jump down, verse 11. It says, and great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines and pestilences, and fearful sights and great signs shall there be from heaven. Okay, and this is what we're seeing. Again, you've seen the earthquakes. All right. Now over here, let me pull this up. You had a rare alignment of 7 planets taking place in the sky, which this was dated the 24th of February. Okay, so you said, it says on the evening of 28th of February 2025, all 7 of the other planets in the solar system will appear in the night sky at the same time. Saturn, Mercury, Neptune, Venus, Uranus, Jupiter, and Mars all lining up in a neat row. All right, so again, this is a sign in the heaven. And then there's one more. Let me see if I have it. Yep, this blue moon. Okay, this blue moon, which is heavy because, this is the time of the Passover. All right. It's the first total lunar eclipse since 2022. On the night between March 13 and 14, skywatchers in North and South America, as well as parts of Europe, Africa, and Oceania, yada yada yada. It says will be rewarded with a total lunar eclipse, also called a blood moon. All right. So again, this is the time of the Passover, showing you that this is another sign. All right. Again, it says, "Fearful sights and great signs shall there be from heaven." All right. And then when you let me see, it says, yeah, I'm gonna jump down to verse 25, the return of Hamashiach. It says, "And there shall be signs in the sun, all right, and in the moon." So again, this lunar eclipse, "and in the stars, and upon the earth, distress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring. Men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after these things which are coming on the earth. For the powers of heaven shall be shaken." So the ultimate sign, all right, in the heavens is when Yahweh Shai cracks those clouds, all right, coming in a cloud, which the world calls so-called UFOs, all right. But all these people, what does it say? Men's hearts failing them for fear when they see these things. "And they shall see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh." All right. And again, you know, this is the spirit that we're supposed to be in, seeing all these things coming to pass. All right. You have blood moons, you have planets aligning, you have these earthquakes. You have all these different things going on in the world, showing you that Yahweh Shai is about to make his return. All right. And you know, Satan's coming hard. There's distractions. You know, it's a heavy time. You're seeing judgment go out. All right. You know, the Lord is showing us to get everything in order, getting our house in order. All right. Getting, you know, repenting, praying. All right. Fasting, using everything we have in the spiritual arsenal to combat, you know, Satan. All right. And really locking into what's going on. Okay. But, you know, if you're locked in and you're watching and, you know, you're measuring, you'll see that, you know, the Lord is truly working, and you know, it's hard to even keep up with everything that's going on. There's so much prophecy that's speaking right now that it's hard to keep up with everything that's going on, you know. But the Lord has all his men going into overdrive, pushing this truth out, pushing the prophecies out. All right. So you know, when he does touch down, there's no excuse. All right. Everybody knows, everybody has been warned. All right. And then, you know, the elect will be saved. Lord's will, we're of that number. All right. But it said what? Our redemption draweth nigh. So again, Lord's will, we be of that number. Salvation is right around the corner. All right. And what shows us that is the signs that the Lord is showing us, that a prophecy is speaking. All right. Hey, Lord's will, this is edifying. Once again, I want to give all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders at Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect and above.